All right, welcome everybody to the Bar Talk Podcast. I'm Jordan Shabbat of the Speedwell Tavern. I'm here, as always, with, I'll let you use the nickname, Karl Heine of the New World Tavern.
Hello, everybody.
And this time we are joined by Chumley, and I might drop his full name some point in this podcast, but we'll leave it at that. Lead the mystery alive of Main Street Sports. How are you, Chum?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. And we're also joined with Erik Bevans from Quahog Republic, and he just recently opened the Captain's Den right next door in Plymouth.
That's right. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for
Welcome
being
to
here.
the neighborhood.
Yeah, thank you, John.
So this is the Bar Talk Podcast, your Plymouth hospitality-focused sort of recovery group. And today we're going to talk to a little bit. Erik's new to town, but has a few locations in the Cape and on the South Coast. He has one as well. So we kind of want to see the perspective in your early months. I mean, with the build-out, dealing with the town, and just the clientele. How's it been so far?
Outstanding.
All right, good question. Next question.
Outstanding. Next question. No, it's been a great experience, and that's not BS either. You know, we've over the years opened in different places that were absolutely way more challenging to open.
Right.
The city was phenomenal. They rivaled our experience in New Bedford, which was exceptional, and they, I think, surpassed it as far as the departments were concerned, and that's that means a lot. I mean, we've had some in some of the more established Cape towns and things like that. It almost appears like they throw sometimes giant obstacles for you to overcome in order to open a business, to provide tax revenue, to pay for all the things that they want to pay for, and you look at the whole picture and you go, it shouldn't be this hard. So right. it was a great experience with the town.
So now, obviously, Plymouth's not your first location.
It is not, no.
How many locations do you have?
We have 4 total now. We have one in Falmouth. They're all called Quahog Republic, and they all have their kind of individual names.
Right.
And the idea behind it is that we believe in kind of this magical, mystical place called the Quahog Republic. And I mean, it's not bullshit. It's. I really believe this. Which, you guys looking at me like I'm high, and I am. But outside of that,
that's a question for later.
Excuse me. Yeah. Outside of that is just trying to provide a consistent quality product to customers and kind of get known for our name, which is a Quahog Republic. But because each spot is so different, we thought, wouldn't it be fun to kind of change it around a little bit? Like our spot in Falmouth is in a freaking strip mall behind Walmart.
No shit.
With a bowling alley underneath it. So, hello, dive bar. Thank you very much. It makes kind of sense. And it was an established dive bar for many, many years called Winston's in Falmouth. It was there for like 30 years. And,
I've been there before.
right? Yeah. And it's a real dive bar. It's a long, narrow place.
Yeah.
We serve food late, every night, and strong cocktails and a lot of great beer.
Did you reuse any of the patina from Winston's? Did you kind of carry it
over?
The
only patina we used was the stuff we couldn't scrape off the walls. so yeah, plenty. We used a lot.
Fantastic.
It's like sanding down a floor. It leaves that certain black.
You better be wearing a respirator. You don't want to breathe any of that in. So.
And was that your first one?
That was not our first one. Our first one was on this. It's kind of a weird story. Like my business partner Tom Hughes and I got involved back in 2008. In 2008, I had a restaurant on Mashney Island in Bourne. It was a seasonal restaurant that I ran for 14 years.
Wow.
And started doing barely any in sales, and by the end of it, we were $1 million a year business. And
what was the name of that?
It had 3 different incarnations.
Oh, all right.
I got involved as a young man. It's kind of interesting because the island itself, not to get too deep, but the island itself was...
because we're on a time limit.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm looking around like, do we have enough time for this?
Deep. I want to get deep. So let's go.
Well, it's kind of cool because a lot of people don't know the full story of it. So the full story of the Quahog Republic was I was a young kid that had born and raised on the Cape, and I worked for these guys on the Cape at this particular restaurant called the Chappaquiddick Grill in West Falmouth. And I had gone off and traveled and done college and things, but I was still young because I never lasted in college very long, never lasted in traveling very long.
Yep.
It was always like 8 months, 9 months, 12 months. It was like dating women. You know what I mean?
So you couldn't hold a job. Is what
No,
you're saying.
I couldn't hold a job. Yes, you own me. So these guys called me up and they said, hey, we got this great opportunity, and I was working in Boston at a restaurant. We'd like you to come run this restaurant for us down in the Cape. So I drove down. Literally, like the next night, they go, we're going to give you a piece of the action. We're going to give you a percentage of the ownership.
Wow.
And I was 23 years old, and I was like, that's all I could think about. I'm going to own a place at 23.
No
like,
shit.
wow.
Yeah,
This is beautiful. Like, what an opportunity I have in front of me. So I went down and looked at the place, and I was like, oh, fuck. But I could see how awesome it could be in the summertime. Mashney Island is a small island off the coast of the Cape, right off at the west entrance of the Cape Cod Canal. Back in the early 40s, they built a causeway out to it. And since, like, one guy had owned the place, and it was the first all-inclusive resort in New England. So he built about 100 cottages on the island, and he built this clubhouse. And if you stayed in the cottages, you can go to the clubhouse, you can eat and drink, and there was a pool there, there was the ocean there, they had cocktail service on the beach. So we wanted to revitalize that. And I got involved with a group that was part of that. The original group was run by this attorney, and the reason I mention that is because it's going to come back in the long run.
You getting sued?
Oh, well, yeah, well, I did, of course. Yeah. If you do anything right, you get sued, right? You know. So
sooner or later.
Yeah. Sometimes more, sometimes less.
Someone wants a piece, man.
Oh, I didn't think he could ever do that good. Yeah.
Usually after you close.
It pretty much happened like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But so it started off as this club by this guy who organized it. We ran the food service for the club. The club disbanded after 1 year because the attorney that was running it was didn't really have his stuff together. Landlord leased it directly to us. I was there for the next 14 years. First two were with partners that had brought me in. I bought them out after the third year.
Gotcha.
And then I was there the rest of the time. And that's when it kind of really took off. And so we got started with that. Tommy Boy, my business partner now, came on board in 2008 because I was like, I got this idea about what's going on here. There was so many great experiences there. There was so much positive energy. There was a lot of, like, people who were willing to, like, contribute back to the local community, which I'm big into. And they bought into it. And it kind of created this aura of what I always felt like I grew up around on the Cape, which was living life to the fullest, giving back to your community, and relaxing, of course.
Right.
You know, those three things alone were like the cornerstone of the Quahog Republic. And so we decided to kind of continue from what we were doing and expand outside of those walls. We had this idea about it, and the idea never really started to take off until the landlord at the place came to me and they said, we're going to sell the building. That same attorney, I ended up having to sue because I had a first right of refusal on the property.
Oh, Jesus.
And he didn't, I went down, I wrote him a check for the deposit, and he wouldn't cash the check. And I'm like, something's wrong here. Like, we have a legal arrangement. And so it didn't work out where I could buy the place, but it did work out where, because they breached the contract, it worked out very well for me financially, but unfortunately I had to leave the facility on Mashney Island. So that spurred us. So we go from this beautiful beachfront bar to the obvious next step is a dive bar behind Walmart.
Life comes at you fast.
Let's just say I make some great business decisions.
Dive bars are where it's at, man.
Yeah.
Low overhead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Low expectations.
It was wicked easy the first couple of years.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
But I'm kind of getting sidetracked, I guess. I mean,
it's good stuff.
Since then, Tom and I have, like, we've always kind of had the vision of having multiple operations.
Right.
That was why we went into the dive bar location. We knew that wasn't going to be our only location.
So how'd you meet Tom, and how did you guys get together and say, hey, we're going to open up another place?
Sure. You know, Tom and I have been friends for a long time. We had the website. Our website tells a little bit of a curved truth.
Yeah, you know,
it's not 100% the truth.
Yep.
I need to be on.
That's great for people that are on, like, the internet.
On the interweb.
All
Thank
right,
you, Al Gore. Yes.
But for the other people that are just listening to our iPod podcast,
should I give them both sides?
We need to know the truth.
Right.
Yeah, the truth is going to come out. I knew it would one of these days. You know,
it's here for all 12 listeners.
So I tell you what,
16.
Growing now.
Rather than waste our time telling us what the story is written like, just go check out quahogrepublic.com. But
too late.
I knew that's where all these questions come from. Right?
A little bit of research.
So Tom and I, the real answer to the question is that Tom was a customer of mine, and he was a customer with this other guy that Tom was in business with, and they would flip houses and things like that. And that person was also originally a part of the Quahog Republic as outside of the beach bar that I ran.
Yep.
And we got involved with the retail shop because I knew there was value in selling T-shirts and things like that. So we had a very, very successful retail shop at the old Mashney Island Grill.
That took off really quick.
The retail
took
went
off
crazy
after the first shop.
Yeah,
that was gigantic.
It went totally crazy to the point where we opened in Plymouth.
In Plymouth, you had that originally at Village Landing.
That was our second store because the first one was at our restaurant in Bourne.
Yeah,
and
I have a T-shirt from there.
Do you really?
From Plymouth, yeah.
Well, that's kind of
my mom bought it from me.
Did she really?
Yeah. I feel like I can't. I feel like I can't wear it though. You know?
Why not?
I don't know. It's like I'm going to wear it to work.
No, you don't have to wear it to work. Just wear it every other day.
But I still have it.
There was some cool.
It's wicked soft.
Is it the
blue?
The Plymouth one?
Yeah, I think it's the blue.
Like on the back, is it the Pilgrim standing on a Quahog?
I can't remember.
No, okay. Rather than Plymouth Rock, we superimposed a Quahog where the fucking Pilgrims are standing on.
Yeah,
so
it's the big Quahog on the front, right here.
Yeah. So Chumley, is the T-shirt you have? You said it was really, really soft. Is it felt? Would you like it to be?
The guy who
only by you. Only by you.
The guy who's been complaining the last hour because everyone's touching it.
I want to make it very clear I never touched him. But.
All right, that's true. That's true.
But
I got you back. Yeah.
But
that's why.
Or no, I don't.
That's
that's
why you're on the Sidepod podcast. I'll tell you right now.
Okay. Oh man.
Yeah, I remember that the retail was huge. Yeah.
It was big, and then a funny story about moving to Plymouth. Like, so now we have a restaurant in Plymouth. We wanted a restaurant in Plymouth before Plymouth restaurant scene kind of blew up.
Right.
Like before you guys were here, guys. Before you guys.
Oh yeah,
both
it's always their idea. Oh, we had the idea before you did.
Like everybody else, we recognize.
We use that one too.
What an awesome town!
Right.
This town has so much going for it. Yeah. I mean, not only is the town all in. They're like, yeah, let's do this.
Yep.
Go, go, go.
Much different from New Bedford, huh?
We'll give it to you. We'll let you go with it.
You know what? New Bedford is phenomenal. Because they are all in, too.
Well, you say now they are.
New Bedford wants to grow.
They do.
Because there's opportunity there. I went for a pub crawl with some friends about 2 months ago.
Some friends are...
Yeah, you texted me from Roselle.
A friend.
Yeah, we had
at your own place, man.
We had a great day. And there's a lot going on.
I'm going on a pub crawl with Chumley. There's like 3-4 of us.
But there's
two of us didn't show.
There's still a lot of empty shops.
Yeah, no, it's got
in the area.
Yeah,
but there's some great bars. There was a great brewery. The
Moby Dick. Oh, a Greasy Lot.
The Greasy Lot. I mean, great food, great beers. Still a lot of different, diverse bars.
That's new. 6 years ago, it was a lot like I would say a little longer, maybe about 10 years ago. It was a lot like Plymouth was.
Yeah,
it was just nothing,
And you're walking around from Purchase Street down to the water where you are.
Yeah,
where Rose Alley is, and the bar next to Rose Alley was the Cork
wine bar.
Phenomenal.
Yeah,
food
the
was
chef
great.
there's good.
Everything was fantastic. And then walking up the street to Purchase Street across
Farm.
Yeah.
No problemo. Legendary.
No problemo.
Those guys are awesome.
We had lunch and no problemo was fantastic. Yeah. And then Slancha?
Yep.
We didn't go into, but the bar across the street, that little itty bitty bar.
Pier 37.
No.
Oh, Cultivator.
Oh, Cultivator.
The Cultivator was fantastic. Nice little cocktails and the old McDonald's glasses and stuff.
I just gotta say, Chumley's dead on. I'm just blown away. He hasn't mentioned my place in New Bedford.
Oh,
we did not. Honestly, that was the one place we did not hit.
Obviously.
Where I was from Purchase Street down to Rose Alley, we went down, boom around, we hit things. Where are you located?
We are right at the top of Rose Alley. At the top of the alley.
Like if I go up past Rose Alley, up there?
Like in between Rose Alley and Cork, right at the top.
If I kept on going up there...
Yep, totally.
Right.
Yeah.
I would...
Next time, when you're blacked out, come on in.
Yeah.
Or you can go in blacked out? I get a lot of those places that won't let me in.
We literally spent 6 to 8 hours in
Looking for them?
Looking exactly for you. And we did not make Quahog.
So listen,
I'm just busting.
Eric,
chops.
we got
No.
we got to ask you a question.
Go for it.
You have how many places now?
4.
And are they all with Tom?
Yes.
Okay. And we know Tom is, from our research, is a veteran.
Yes, he is.
Which, Tom, if you're listening, thank you for your service. We much appreciated. And we know that you're a little bit of a, shall we say, a hippie. So thank you for getting weed
Legalized.
legalized. Yeah.
Nicely done.
You know, everybody
you're
gets their
welcome.
point.
You're welcome.
You guys didn't vote for legalization?
I definitely did.
You voted.
I don't
Did
even
you vote for
partake.
yes?
You
know a
know,
little
the
bit.
best thing about this is I don't have to tell you what I voted for and what I
A little bit.
My
by my grade.
Let's just say I write my name in for everything.
parents
Doesn't matter if it's for president or if it's like legalizing weed. I
my
just write
parents are in their
Heine.
80s and they voted yes.
His heininess.
That's funny.
You know you have a new nickname.
Your parents are in the 80s?
Yeah, they're
How
in
old
their
are you,
80s.
for Christ's sake?
I'm like 85.
You can tell.
Yeah, my parents voted yes. We have a new nickname for you.
Cures glaucoma.
Yeah.
All right, that's a great show. So,
What's the new nickname?
We have a new nickname for you, you know.
yeah, what is the nickname?
Your Heininess.
His heininess.
Your Heininess, his Heininess. Do you like it?
No.
King Heine.
King Heininess?
Can't we just, like, stick with...
What, dickhead?
I was going to say hung solo.
Oh,
No one's
But
ever,
I'll take it.
No one's ever called you that.
Oh, I thought you were just asking for nicknames.
No. We have a new nickname for you.
Yeah, I got a nickname for
His
you, too. It's
Heininess.
last show.
Thank God I was roped into this.
Tell us about Johnny Quahog. We were expecting.
here we go.
Oh, no, we have a lot
Wait a
of
minute.
things
Wait a
going
minute.
on.
So we were expecting a pirate costume and a talking Doug the Prognosticating Quahog,
Which
down
he is
there.
wearing right now.
Yeah. Tell us more about that.
okay. So I'm a media whore, and any chance I get, that's why I'm here.
That's why.
If I can say the name Quahog Republic, I got an end game, guys. I don't know if you do. I do. So
course.
I have to do my work, right?
Yeah,
so
what is the end game?
The end game is to be discussed later. That's maybe the one. That,
18 people in the Quahog Republic next Wednesday.
yeah. Bring it on.
All downloading this show.
No. We can't afford that Wi-Fi stuff.
It's all right. It's on the interweb.
Main
Don't worry.
Street 34. We
Yeah,
can
right.
steal it from
You
next
guys got
week.
a room? Oh, you know what? All right. Yeah, everyone come by then. All right, yeah. That's good to know. Doug the Quahog is a... wow, this is a... I should have thought about saying I was going to come on this before I agreed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So Doug the Quahog is our... the Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce has come to us years ago, and our last year at our location on the beach on Mashney Island, and they said, we've got this kind of marketing idea that we want to mimic, what is it, Punxsutawney Phil down in Philadelphia. And don't ask me to say that again.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it was good, but I have to change my underwear. So...
And you didn't walk out of the room right then and there?
I was like, Punxsutawney Phil.
Bill Murray. But...
Oh.
I felt like, what's the guy? Whatever. Anyways,
Bill Murray.
so they came to us and they said they want to do this thing to try and promote, tourism on Cape Cod, which
Right.
I'm a big fan of. Listen, the Quahog Republic wants to celebrate anything coastal New England, whether it's Plymouth, whether it's down in the Cape, whether it's New Bedford, whatever. There is a distinct way that we live our lives that is attractable to so many different people. And I'm all on board with trying to get more people to be like that, because I really don't like the rest of the people. You know what I mean? Like
Because you're a hippie.
Well, a hippie, absolutely.
Well,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not
You
even
know?
being a hippie. It's like most people say, well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and then some people say it's noon somewhere. In New England, we kind of say, well, it's 10 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah.
That's how we live our lives.
That's it. But there's also like a
sense of community.
absolutely, and that's such a big part of it.
It
man.
is.
Listen, when we moved into Plymouth, like I'm looking at this table right now, and I'm disgusted by how ugly you guys are. But I'm also
Sorry about that.
grateful that you guys are our neighbors here in Plymouth, because the reception was exactly what I expected. It was, hey man, what can I do to help you? You know what I mean? It wasn't anything else. It wasn't, I want this back. You know, like I can remember just driving by and bringing wood into the new pub, and Chumley being outside and keeping an eye on things. He might look like he's just out there smoking cigarettes, but he's keeping an eye on things for real. I mean, I'm not bullshitting here. Like I really believe
Chumley,
that.
you smoke?
Yeah.
Just crack.
Yeah.
I thought we weren't supposed to bring that up.
I know.
Just a little.
I'm trying to curve my nature.
No one will
but,
remember.
you know,
No one-
it keeps my day go by quick.
Boy, I hope these 13 people listening isn't one of them your wife.
Yeah, right.
Part of that's the age-old technique. When the new neighbor moves to town, you bring them a pie so you can kind of see in the house and see what's
Sure.
going on.
And no doubt about it.
You know what I mean?
Actually,
Absolutely.
I never got to see the place until I went in
Today.
the first time.
Really?
Until today. Yeah.
Who was your first customer?
It was probably
My
Carl.
mother.
No, it was me. I thought they opened it.
I really don't remember.
Yeah.
That's because Carl works less than the rest of us.
That is working.
Hey,
Carl
market
works-
research is work.
That's
I've
right.
tried to tell my bookkeeper that all day
That's
long.
right. Market
Carl
research.
works
33% of it.
Carl literally works.
You got to find out what the competition's doing.
Carl works 13 hours a week. He tells his wife he works 65 hours a week.
Oh, man. I can't wait for her to listen to that.
You think that's funny?
No, it's true.
Is she one of the 13?
Yes,
listens to this.
absolutely.
Oh.
Actually, I don't know. We've been, 10 minutes in? Yeah, she knows. She won't listen anymore.
Can you cut that out?
It's so funny.
Nothing
How many
gets cut
times
out.
has she caught you in a
Nothing.
lie?
It's not a lie.
I am at work,
It's a
honey,
fib.
and she sees your car on Facebook parked outside of the pillory.
You know what's great?
You didn't walk down?
I love it. I love it. The guy,
I'd love to deny that.
Do you know Rich Monsini, who sells the roast beef sandwiches down by the water?
yeah.
So we took a picture on 4th of July or something.
No,
in
it was
front of
like
this-
it was
Tell the
it was like
story.
some crappy day.
Oh, that's what
I
it
went
was.
down. I parked my truck down there, and my truck is. I don't know if you've seen it.
It's
but
got no tailgate.
people know what my truck looks like.
Yeah, how
Sounds
could
like
you
they
not?
do.
And
Yeah, they do.
Rich came out of his restaurant and took a picture of the oceanfront and said, "What a great view!" And there's my truck in the corner. Well, he posted it, and my wife's on myfacebook.com or whatever the hell it is, and she's like, "So, you down the waterfront today?"
No.
And by then
this
you
dude's
know you're
got,
dead. You're dead. I'm like,
This dude's got 1,000
course.
followers.
yeah,
It's like-
I drove my truck down and dropped something off at Pillory because they needed something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never-
She goes, really?
Me
I said,
either.
how did you know? She goes, I saw it on Facebook. How the hell did you see my truck on Facebook?
I love it. It's a picture of they just see the freaking gold rusty ass truck.
It's
and
not
like-
rusty.
Oh yeah, because you put all that yellow house insulation on.
I'm
it to keep
afraid
it-
to sit in the back of
brake lines,
his
too.
truck.
Don't rub
Yeah,
up
listen.
against it. Yeah.
This is where I corral everybody back in, okay? It's not all about me.
Oh, but how can we not thinking about you?
Nice. He's a
What we
professional.
want to talk about is the places that you've opened up.
Yes.
Where are they?
Falmouth. Onset.
Are you thinking about this like in the back of
Yeah.
your mind?
Falmouth.
You don't have to
Onset.
hesitate
I
this
can-
much just for Chumley. He'll
New
be
Bedford
all
and
right.
Plymouth.
Thank you, Chumley.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my assistant. We need to talk after this.
I'm good at what I do.
Yeah, so we've opened the 4 there.
Bar hopping.
And we originally had a place on Mashney Island in Bourne.
And that's gone.
That's gone. It's,
Okay.
the interesting thing about it was been torn down, and
They blew up
there's a
Mashed Island.
gigantic house there now, and supposedly this is the rumor mill.
It's haunted by a Quahog.
Well,
Named Dave.
it should be haunted by my father and one of my best friends. Both passed away on the same day.
No kidding.
When I had Mashney, and we buried them and we spread their ashes right in front of the restaurant.
Yeah, we're
whoever's
happy,
there is
by the
fucked.
way, here.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're
But
happy.
But the Cabbage Patch, you remember Cabbage Patch, Carl, right?
Yes, I do.
Yes, of course you do.
The dance of the
The
dolls.
people that created Cabbage Patch
The dolls,
they own the house. So some
Okay.
interesting information.
Oh, great. A bunch of
They're
creepy
wicked-
haunted
they're-
babies
yeah,
are in
yeah,
that house now. Awesome.
So those
That's
people
awesome.
are wicked rednecks, aren't they?
I don't even know. They haven't invited me over yet. Yeah.
Like Cabbage Patch Kids? Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. The funny part about it is when the place was for sale, I went on Zillow, and you could like look what the place looked like, and it's a beautiful home and everything, and it's up a level just like the old restaurant was. And if you were to look in like where their living room was, it was my basically office for 14 years.
No kidding.
The view.
Yep.
And it was kind of creepy. It was gratifying in a way because of other stuff that happened on that island, but it was real interesting. I'll just leave it at that.
We don't really know that much about you. You're the new guy on the
Sure.
block.
Ask away.
We do try to find some things about you
Okay.
that you may not know of. We ask all your employees. And,
All right.
I mean, no, it's legit. We don't want to ask you silly questions that
Sure.
you're like, what are you asking me that for? But
Yeah.
so we asked quite a few of your employees, and they said something about your basketball career at UMass Amherst.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
How did that go for you?
That's just-
Now you got to remember. I'm 6'2".
yeah.
180 pounds. Busting out of his 7 Hawaiian shirts he's wearing right now.
Yeah,
All at once.
When he's sitting on top of the bar.
And let's just say Eric's a little shorter.
I'm 5. I think I'm 5'4", but my wife told me I'm 5'3" the other day.
How
It
tall?
goes in
How
that
tall-
direction.
I'll tell you what. If
How
I'm
tall is
6'2", you're 5'11". I'll tell you right now.
How tall is your wife?
I don't know. I don't even know what color her eyes are. I'm just joking, honey. Green, brown, green, brown, green, brown, blue. Green, brown, blue. Cut. I'll call you later. We'll
So
fill it
you
in
do
right.
smoke a lot of weed.
I don't smoke a lot of weed, no, but I'm a big proponent of marijuana. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's been a big part of my life for a long time.
Yeah.
Actually, not until I was a young man, out of high school and things like that. My dad was a big advocate for marijuana, and he was a guy.
Yeah, I'm
that-
not really sure what that has to do with basketball at UMass Amherst.
Oh yeah, back
But,
then.
I mean, that
I'm sure if you asked
They're trying to
anybody,
legalize it in the NBA.
they told you I don't like to talk about that, but I will talk about it. And I was a very successful basketball player for many years, and I got recruited pretty heavily, and I did play at UMass Amherst, and I literally, people don't know me will look at me like, you're fucking out of your mind, that's never happened. I was doing well enough where I was absolutely going to be in the NBA in some capacity. Whether I would be on the bench, whether I'd play on a regular basis, it would to be determined.
now, was that like giving people, Gatorade?
And
It was more like the towel boy.
What
Yeah,
year?
yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
years was
Boy,
this?
because those boys drink water.
Right? Yeah. So the great part about it is that that's so full of shit that I just told you. But this is bar talk, right? So
Absolutely.
for years I had this place, the place on Mashney Island, and one of the guy who passed away that I was just talking about, not my dad, the other guy who was big time into basketball, and his son was a big time basketball coach and played at UMass. So we got joking with people all the time because he was an older guy. We'd be hanging out and be like, "Oh yeah, I recruited Eric when he was at UMass,"
Right.
and they'd be like, "Really?" And they'd look, and so he'd tell people, and I wouldn't even know. And one day I'm sitting at the bar at the place on Mashney Island, and a friend of mine that I had kind of known a little bit in the bar business. He came up and he goes, "Hey, what's up?" And they were watching basketball on the television. And I'm not a basketball fan.
See,
I don't know why.
You know nothing about basketball.
I know nothing about basketball. I'm not a basketball fan. And the people used to be like, anytime Eric sees basketball on the television, he's like, "Hey, can you change that?" And it was because I'm not a basketball fan.
Yep.
But it turned in because Eric lost his big career. He was going to go pro. And, so it turned into that. So one day I'm sitting at that bar. Sure. Sitting at that bar, and I'm sitting there, and this young guy comes up to me. He's like, "Hey, man, what's up?" And he sits down next to me. He goes, "How's it going?" Good. What's going on? It's basketball. And he's like, "Hey, man, I hate to mention this, but I kind of heard through the grapevine about you and your basketball career." And he goes through this whole thing about me. And I'm like, oh, my God, the bullshit has actually, come full circle. It's
It's funny. When I opened the New World Tavern about 2-3 years in, people would actually say the same thing to me. They're like, "Hey, listen, I heard you were an asshole."
That's not even a joke.
I'm like, that's the rumor. That's the rumor.
When I came to town,
That
Oh,
wasn't
give me a break.
here we
will you?
go.
I went to, actually, this is kind of funny. I went to BBC every day.
That wasn't
in
a
between
rumor.
construction. And Bobby Clark, I got all my information from Bobby Clark before he worked for you. Bobby Clark was a longtime manager at New World Tavern. He's up in, Maine now or New Hampshire?
And he was at
Vermont.
the BBC.
Vermont.
That was
whatever.
really close. That was
At
really
the
close.
BBC
up there.
also.
Yeah, but he was down at the BBC at the time. He was managing the BBC, and I went in there the same way, kind of feeling everybody out. And I'm like, who do I have to worry about? He goes, Carl. Immediately, didn't even hesitate. I go, why? He goes, you'll understand when you meet him. He's kind of an asshole. And then I'm working for you for a couple of years, and I'm doing a fucking podcast with you.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Obviously, I'm not smart.
Yeah,
but-
Kyle grew
Perception is reality.
Kyle grew up a little bit, last year or so.
Yeah. Not height-wise. That's for
No,
sure.
God, no. I think
I don't know about this,
I think
but
he
I don't know
shrunk
if I
up.
know
I
you.
think he shrunk last year. Or Jen got taller.
Why Mai Tais? Why Mai Tais? Why did that
Well,
happen?
hold on.
No.
Instead of why Mai Tais, tell us about your Mai Tais.
Yeah, there we go. That's true.
Oh.
And
Yeah,
then
all right.
why?
You know
Is
what?
it?
I must say,
Oh, for Christ's sakes, I'm leading this friggin' conversation.
best Mai Tai ever.
Thank you.
Since the original Mai Tai.
Thank you.
Listen, we've
Have
had
you ever had the original Mai Tai at Trader Vic's?
No, I have
Oh.
not. No.
Phenomenal.
me and Chumley had 3 Mai Tais one night. I thought he was going to make out with me. It was getting weird.
Last time I
You're
was,
welcome.
last time I was
Chumley,
I am beautiful. Last time I was in San Francisco, Trader Vic's, best Mai Tai. I mean,
I'm gonna have to go. I've never been.
They originated.
To
the
be
Mai
honest
Tai.
with you, I kind of heard the story before, and it's got something to do with
World
World War II and like vets returning and that Polynesian influence and
Well, the
things like
vodka
that.
wasn't coming over from Russia and everything. So the owner of Trader Vic's was like, I need to start making alcoholic beverages with rum.
That's cool, man.
And that's when he started making the Mai Tais and all the Asian drinks.
And then that Polynesian tiki bar probably concept just blew up.
and
it's
Polynesian
high-end
chicks are hot.
Polynesian.
What is it?
Polynesian chicks are hot, right?
Oh yeah,
I can say that, right?
I think you can. I think
Yeah.
you're right.
And
Yeah.
most of them
Yeah.
are taller than you, so it's a good,
Well, I like,
Bell-
it, when, I
belly
like
to-
it when I dance.
belly to your nose.
Who doesn't like a good luau, man?
Boobs right on top of your head.
I don't care where they
Carl
are.
looks like he just came from Alua.
A boob face sandwich.
So how did you get to Mai Tais?
So we, I had this guy working for me, Bob Flynn, and Bob worked for me.
All right, Eric, that was a great story. We're out of time right now, and now we're going to focus. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
No, believe me. Bob Flynn was a good guy. Is a good guy. Bob owns a pub in Falmouth now as well, and he worked for me for many years from our restaurant on Mashney Island until Falmouth, and he worked through Falmouth probably for the first 5 years, and we've been there 8 years now. And Bob brought that drink to us. Bob's an old salt. Bob's an old New England guy. He owned a bar in the old theater district downtown in Boston called Charlie Flynn's for many years.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a real dive bar.
Yep, absolutely.
Bob had a great story about, we were talking restaurant stories, right? So
Yep.
our old restaurant on the beach, anytime we sat over 300 people for dinner, which we started like our second year there, I was like, okay, the kitchen guys get shots. It was like a big deal because it never fucking happened, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, the last 5 years we were there, we'd do, like, 300 lunches, we'd do, like, 700 dinners. So the guy's like, where's the fucking shots? So we always had shots flowing. I was a younger man, so I played a lot more when I should have been working more.
when you could do shots.
Yeah, when we exactly.
Yeah.
But so we would do it, and we did the shot. Bob's a great old bar guy, and he had the shot called the "How You Doing," and the "How You Doing" was based off of when he owned his bar in Boston called Charlie Flynn's, and I go, how'd you come up with the "How You Doing"? And the "How You Doing" was a mixture of like 12 to 15 different like liquors and
Oh,
stuff. It was a real
Jesus.
pain in the ass to make. And,
Bar mat shop.
yeah, basically, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, well, one night, sitting around with all my regulars late at night, and we're trying, basically trying to get fucked up, but, we're trying some new different drinks and things like that. We're doing a shot of this, and then we're making a drink like this, another shot. You guys have been involved in Sud
course.
market
Not me.
research. Yeah, not yet.
Oh. Those nights
that-
were
just
bad.
that
Right?
today
Those
over
nights
here.
were
Yeah,
really bad.
they were, and they still are.
Oh,
you know
my
what I
God.
mean?
That's
So-
why I don't do them anymore.
right?
That's why
Well,
I leave at 10 o'clock.
Bob just kept doing it, and finally one of his buddies, like, they poured up some drink, and his buddy's just like, fucking goes running to the bathroom, and Bob tells me the story that he goes running to check on his friend, and he yells in, he goes, "How you doing?" And that's how they got the name for it. How you doing? So Bob was like a real
That's
salty
great.
old bartender for us, and he was like, boom, I got, when he owned the pub, he used to do pretty well, and he'd go to Hawaii like every year, and he stayed at the Royal Hawaiian which I guess, because I've never been there.
I've stayed at the Royal Garden in Kingston a few times.
Did you? Yeah.
When Jen picked you up off the
They
floor?
didn't even know I was there. There were a couple of Mai Tais there.
Give me
You had your
another-
shoes off, though, so that's okay.
Give me
Shoes
another
on.
pepper chicken.
So Bob brought us the recipe for the new Mai Tai. We tried it out, and man, as soon as he brought it, it was a success for us. And we didn't start till Falmouth.
Yeah.
And when we opened our bar in New Bedford, the seaside history there definitely lent itself to a rum bar. That's why we kind of got into the rums.
The whaling industry.
Exactly.
All
I mean,
that.
it's all
So
relative,
it's Whalers
right?
Tavern, right? Yeah.
So we started. We were like, why don't we cascade what we're already doing? And we did, and it fucking hit. Like, I've been in this business a long time. I've never been around one drink that can really make you. And all of the things that we do, I like to believe we do with integrity, and they've got quality. I can stand behind. That drink I can also stand behind, and absolutely, it does a lot of things for you.
Yeah.
You have one, you're feeling great. If you don't drink much, that's all you need. If you drink a lot, you're still feeling it. On top of that, it tastes delicious. It's it's not too sweet. It's not too, it's a really fucking good drink.
Prevents scurvy.
Yeah.
And the thing with dark rum is a fun alcohol. I mean,
Yeah, once you drink it.
gin. No one says, "Wow, I was an asshole on dark rum last night."
Yeah, I've never heard that. Absolutely.
Let's get Carl some dark rum.
You know, I mean, like,
It was the light rum that
Last
did it for me.
I mean, it's like, most people gin, tequila, vodka. I was an asshole last night. Oh, I got in a fight last night. Oh, I did this. Oh, I got arrested last night. It's from those alcohols. Dark rum.
Who are you hanging out with?
What?
Just saying.
You've never seen anybody get arrested?
I never got arrested that you know of.
Ever? It's funny.
That you know.
I've never been arrested. I've been PC'd once in my life. And it's because I pulled the keys out of the ignition. My friend still thanks me.
All right, so listen, I don't want to put you guys on the spot, but Jordan and I, I'm going to put you on the spot. So,
Because we want to.
Chumley,
That sounds like a horrible thing. I'm going to put you in the spot. It's like
Chumley, listen. Eric,
I haven't heard of Carl listen.
your place is called the Captain's Den, is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so
What my place doesn't get to represent.
it will on the next show.
Oh, I can't say Main Street Sports Bar and Grill in Plymouth. Main Street Sports Bar and Grill,
What's the address?
39 Main Street
The
Sports Bar
address
and
is
Grill.
right next to the address is right next to the Captain's Den.
Yes, right next door.
So what we would like to do is
Across
we would
the street
like
from TK.
we would like
T-Bones.
we would like to you guys to do a little
What
tete-a-tete, which means actually I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. I'm lost
is that-
already.
We
Some
would
sort
like
of
we would
kung
like
fu
Chumley to
move?
go first. We would like Chumley to go first. Eric, you come second.
Talk to me.
And whoever hesitates the longest loses. Now, the Captain's Den,
We didn't
which
know
you
this would
opened
be a
up.
contest.
So,
He who hesitates.
Chumley, I want you to name a captain, and then Eric, you, and then
Oh.
Chumley, and go back and forth. And the one that hesitates the longest loses. Chumley, you go first. Captain what?
Captain Bly,
Captain Cook.
Captain Hook.
Captain fucking Anderson.
Is that a real
Oak Island. Does anyone watch that fucking show?
All right, we'll take it. We'll take it.
Captain
I don't know.
Anderson.
Right, it was on last
Okay,
night.
okay,
That's
Jump,
what
I wanted more than
remember.
Jump
three.
ahead, Captain Who?
Chumley, go.
Captain Morgan.
Captain Parker.
What are you making this shit
You
up?
just picking random last
it's
names
all
and
from the
put
show.
Captain-
I know the show you're
It's the only
watching.
show I know. Leave me alone.
Yeah, what's the name of the show?
Oak Island, The Curse of Oak Island.
Curse of Oak Island.
All right, Chumley, go.
Captain T. I don't know.
Captain T.
What the hell? You're in New Bedford. Captain Ahab.
Captain Caveman.
Yeah, Captain Caveman.
Jason Baratek.
Captain Aham.
Captain Carl.
Captain
Captain
Carl.
Carl. Captain Ron.
Yeah, Captain Ron.
Captain Lou Albano.
Captain
Captain Lou
Stubing.
Albano.
Captain Stubing.
Yeah, we all fucked up on that, man.
Not if he says it. That's a legit. If he says it, that's
I
good.
think we both lost on that.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that was.
I
you
think-
know,
it was kind of pathetic. what
Carl
just
and
happened.
Jordan won that
Now
one.
I feel bad about myself.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What would
Hey,
have
you know what? I was surprised you couldn't remember where your places were.
What would have we won?
We did say I'm a pothead.
you would have won.
What would have we won?
Captain America.
What would have we won?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You would have won a gift certificate to the Captain's Den. But
He doesn't know, but he donated it.
That place is great. You're gonna enjoy it.
Oh my god, I love that place. They have the best Mai Tais.
And afterwards, you can go next door to the Main Street Pub and have yourself a cold one to finish the night off.
Oh my god, that place has great homemade pizzas.
It's amazing.
and
Yeah.
fantastic.
Hey, is this thing on?
homemade
Is
pizzas.
this thing on? I didn't touch it. It was a false touch. Sorry.
story of my life.
I'm seeing Fish is shaking over there right now. The closer you guys get to the
You wish it was.
I got my pen taken away. You guys are crossing the line.
All right, so
Yes.
are we done with this podcast yet? Friggin', how much time we got left?
Can I go pee?
Tantalizing conversation, huh?
You can edit this shit, right?
We can't.
There's
but we
a
will.
difference between can I and will I.
Whatever.
Can I? Yes. Will
It's not
I?
like would I?
Not so much.
You understand what my
Would
most
I?
embarrassing
Oh, my
moment
God.
in my high school yearbook was, right?
Here we go.
Don't get embarrassed. That's why I hang out with him.
First of all, we don't hang out. And stop touching me.
See?
Don't let him answer him, that's for sure.
All right.
Oh, you were looking at me? I was waiting for you guys to.
What's the next question?
Captain, how about Captain Caveman?
Captain
Oh,
Caveman
yeah.
was great. Yeah,
You guys suck at this game.
yeah, I guess
You know
so.
where you could get studied up for this if we just put in a bunch of like captains' photos all over the wall.
Oh, and I had to guess what their
It looks-
names were. They'd
it-
all look the same, though.
Well,
wouldn't
we got a whole book. You can look at the bio on them and stuff like that.
You
We're
do?
We're not done.
So you have a book, but you can't remember any of their names.
No,
Oh, man.
no, dude.
I don't
No.
like pressure.
I'll give you a hint.
No,
It starts with
no.
Captain.
Oh, Captain America, man.
It's not called that anymore. Now it's Captain America.
Captain America.
Yeah, they don't say A.
Yeah, it's America. Yeah.
So
It's,
I guess.
Captain
For real?
America sounds like Canadian.
Yeah, I think so.
Captain,
For real?
Captain
America.
America sounds like Canadian.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh, it's
America.
Captain America. Oh my god, he must be Canadian.
Oh my god,
How's the New Bedford location doing?
it's going great.
That was my old stomping grounds. I was down
there a
there for
bathroom
about
down there?
6 years at Rose. It's like we were talking about earlier. It's really flourished over the last 10 or so years.
Yep.
But I'll be honest, I sort of like left town, and then you guys got there, and now I'm in Plymouth, and you followed me here. So I'm wondering where you're going to chase me to next.
Well,
but
I guess that's the question. Where are you going to next, man?
I ain't telling you.
Yeah.
Are you going to North Plymouth?
Are you going to expand?
Yeah, right.
Are you going to expand?
I'm expanding my family at the moment, but then
Gotcha.
after that,
wanna
we'll
keep
see what
moving.
happens. I mean, I got to retire, right? So
Yeah,
yeah, that's
that's
the
for
way
sure.
it goes.
Are you going to Cava?
Kava? I don't know. What's in Kava?
Way over there.
Nothing.
Let's go back to Fall River.
Oh,
There's
Cava.
nothing over
Now,
there.
Eric,
Cava.
what do you call home?
What?
We do call home.
Did you guys hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got picked up on the mic. I'm not going to open that door, but
Did I say homo? Because they said I couldn't say that. What do you
can't
call
say
home?
homo?
No, you can't say that.
Oh, why can't you say homo?
I think Carl's a witch.
That's actually the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
That was smooth, man.
I'm like,
Try
is this the setup that they've been waiting to like pounce on me about? Welcome to Plymouth. We just fucked your world up. What do I call home? I don't know if I want to tell you.
What's your address?
In a house.
Including zip code.
What's your schedule like?
Talking about how he's gonna feel Chumley's shirt, and then he jumps right.
So you guys, you just threw that all off, all right?
I'm pretty sure you're the one that set the tone there.
Yeah,
Spend a
Carl's,
good hour before the show trying to police your vocabulary.
Fish, this is where we edit this. Okay.
Absolutely.
Carl's a witch.
I call home in Bourne, Massachusetts, right on the Cape. So
Oh, so you're still
Bourne
Born
is
and
the only
raised?
town. I'm not born and raised in Bourne, but I am born and raised on the Cape. I'm born and raised in Mashpee.
So you're still a Cape Codder.
Absolutely, yeah.
No doubt.
For sure. I love it. It's
So what made you come across the bridge?
Year-round sales. That's basically it. I mean,
Good luck.
Yeah, right? Yeah. You know, I ran that seasonal restaurant for 14 years, like we were talking about earlier, and it was dialed in. And I wouldn't have had to do another thing. I would have been very happy and successful and financially secure the rest of my life. And like I said, people throw shit at you, right? So I lost the place because they sold the property. Certainly, I gained a little bit by suing them and everything. But, 14 years of your life building something out, you guys can understand, like, it's just gone now.
Time is money.
Yeah, so so I had to rebuild, and I went into Falmouth. I grew up in Mashpee. I went to high school in Falmouth. This spot I'm a big numbers guy. Like, we talk regularly in my company about that Moneyball movie.
Yep.
It's a numbers generated
With that big fat guy?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
Jordan.
it's not
I
that
saw
big.
that, yeah.
He's a medium fat guy, and then that beautiful Brad Pitt, I guess.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Brad
What do I do to get Brad Pitt to play
Pitt.
me?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Not be you.
Not be me. All right, yeah, thank you. All right, cool. I'm working.
Yeah. So we're big into that. So the Moneyball part of it is we're looking around at places, and I'm going, what the fuck? Everyone's paying like 12 to 15% of what their projected sales are. Like, I'm a restaurant guy. I'm a numbers guy. I'm like, how the fuck do these guys make any money? They don't make any money. They do great sales.
It's all math.
Sales. I don't give a fuck what your sales are. What do you take home at the end of the year is what it matters. You know what I mean? That's all that matters as far as it's come. Even if I was a guy tending bar or flipping the burgers, which, by the way, the first 4 years out of our dive bar, I fucking did that myself. I'd wait on you. I'd go cook your food. I'd come back. Boom. I do it all myself in one day because we weren't making any money. So anyone who looks at the Quahog Republic and they're like, oh, these guys, this, and I know you guys don't like that, but
We say that every episode. You must be rich because you want to.
yeah, must be rich. Yeah.
I love that.
And and I
Yours
have a
my
big
favorite.
one. Yeah.
So we have a question for you.
Is that why you like Plymouth? Because you bought it?
One of the reasons I like that.
It's the first place you bought,
It's
right?
the first facility we bought. Yeah. New Bedford will be ours next year.
Nice.
Which would be great.
Nice.
It's always been our plan as we continue to grow, because as you guys know, as business owners, it's great to own a bar. It is. It's one of the best things I've ever done in my
you
life.
keep on paying and paying and paying.
And you can make money. You can make a great paycheck. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, when you guys are ready to be done, what do you have to sell?
Right.
Nothing.
Well, you got a little
name,
something. You got a
a
little something. You
reputation, a
get a little
name.
something. But
Yeah.
if you want to do this for 20 years, you better be on your game for 20 years
Right.
to get the true value of what it's worth, right?
Right.
Even at that, you could be doing, $2-3 million a year. It's still not a lot of money that you could sell your spot for.
Mm-hmm.
And the reality is it keeps getting lower and lower and lower because expenses are higher, higher, and higher. So you're never going to get what the industry tells you what your return is.
It's
So unless
not
you
even
own the
taxes,
space...
It's because the minimum wage is going to be $27
That's right.
an hour
Yeah,
next
totally,
year.
man.
It's going to be all minimum wage.
It doesn't make sense.
No, because I'm...
Well, you still see me flipping burgers over it.
That's it.
As a chef...
So you got to do
So
it.
now I'm flipping a
as chef,
30-year
I'm going to be making
yeah.
minimum wage next year.
I'm
I'm
flipping
going
a
to be
30
making minimum
price
wage
burger,
next year.
then a
You know? What
$10
the fuck? I've been doing this
burger.
for
Yeah.
30 years.
And
I've been making minimum wage.
everybody wants to increase everything. Well, you better
And
expect
health
to get an
insurance
increase. And we're in Massachusetts, where that thought process, in my mind, doesn't translate to the rest of the the citizens here.
Yeah,
They
it's the other way around.
they want to give, but they don't want to pay.
Right.
And we want to give value just like you guys do. We don't want to rip anybody off.
Oh, you have to.
But
The
we got to
consumer's
make
smart.
our money.
Right.
Right.
When we had the Mashney Island project going on that we worked on for so many years, and we had some real challenges with the neighbors that lived right around us, and because it was one restaurant within 100 houses on an island, so there was always problems, especially because no one ever thought we'd be doing what we'd be doing out of there as far as sales were concerned.
Loud music.
But
things
it wasn't
like
loud
that.
music. Everything was done by 7 o'clock at night.
Oh, yeah.
We gave last call at 11 o'clock. We didn't dick around because we were making too much money during the day. It's don't screw off. But people don't see that. Their perception is very different. Their perception is what they want it to be, right?
That's right.
Yep.
What they want it to be to serve their needs, I guess. We don't want them there. My perception is they're loud music.
Yeah.
My perception is they're serving people late into the hours of the night.
Yes.
Yep.
So you get all those factors going into it, and you go, I need to take control of what I do. So if I can own the property, it's not a bad thing. But when we were out there, people be like, they write letters to the selectmen. They go, this company, apparently all they're about is making money. I'm like, yeah. That's called business.
Yes, we are.
To make you money.
Isn't that what you do when you leave your
That's
house
what you're
every
supposed to
day?
do. Exactly.
But
I punch in for the hell of it.
I love stressing out like crazy, ending up in the hospital. I'm so stressed out because I want to make money. Right. I love that. That makes sense. Total
But it's the Quahog Republic.
Yeah.
And you guys own, quite a few locations. 4, you said, right?
4 right now, yeah.
Quahog Republic.
Still in the bed.
How did you come up with that name?
He already told us that.
Hold on.
Well, the name story is in the off season when I had the seasonal place, I would work a couple pubs in Brookline. I'd work at the Washington Square Tavern.
Oh, great place.
And I'd work at the Abbey, which is kind of right around the corner from there.
Two great places.
And I was at the Washington Square Tavern because the Abbey hadn't opened yet. And I was talking to one of the regulars, and he came in, this guy, Tom Martin. And Tom owns actually a couple places in Manomet. His family owns properties kind of all over the place, and he owns some properties right around from us in Brookline. And Tom came in with his, he would always have a big American Mastiff, and it'd be late at night. It'd be around almost 2 in the morning, and the dog would walk in, and he was this fucking giant dog, and he'd order the dog a drink, and he'd order himself a drink, and the dog would put his paws up on the thing and lick the fucking drink.
Hell yeah.
This is a nice tavern, you know what I mean? And so that's the funny part about it. But Tom would always ask you a million questions, and he said, "So, what's it like down the Cape in the middle of the winter?" Because this is obviously winter time when I was there, and I said, it's a great place. I grew up down there, blah blah. I'm glad I could, as a young man, can come to the city and actually enjoy myself in the winter time. I go, but the long and the short of it is everybody down here, and I consider this from where we're at now in Plymouth down. I said we're all just a bunch of Quahoggers just trying to get along. Because, as a kid, I grew up Quahogging, and everybody else I knew has, and usually the most, amazing people I know Quahog in some aspect,
Gotcha.
whether it's, recreationally with their family, or if they do it as a living, and he started laughing, he goes, a nation, huh? Quahog Nation? He goes, it's more like a republic down there. And he goes, it's the Quahog Republic. And Tom actually came up with the name.
Bulb.
And that was it. And I was like, Quahog Republic. And I was very aware of the Conch Republic down in Key West, of course.
Great on a t-shirt.
Oh, yeah. So the dollar signs flew out of his mouth. And I was like, it took me 3 years to, pull the plug on that. I didn't say it to anybody because I knew there was something to it. I was like, I got to trademark that. And I didn't know how to go about doing it.
Yep.
And I was kind of waiting. And in the summertime, I had to go work. And then I mentioned earlier about those couple guys, my dad and this other guy passing away. It was extremely significant in my life where, literally right after that happened, 2 things happened. One was there was this girl that had been like a booty call girl with me for many years.
You can call it that, sure.
Yeah.
That's a nice
And she came
That
in.
actually was really nice.
It was, I think it was. And she,
I wish I had one of those.
She knows what she. Well, this was a long time ago. I don't have one of those anymore. and she was in the next day after that happened, and we ended up getting together, and she wouldn't give me the booty. And I looked at her and I go, "Don't you know my father just died?" I go, "Don't you believe in
Costanza?
I go, "Don't you believe in sympathy sex?" And
A mercy fuck?
and I'll tell you right now, she doesn't. So the next thing that happened was I go, well, if that ain't happening, I better fucking get on the ball with this Quahog Republic thing and trademark it and do all this stuff. So I started the process with that. That's how the whole name kind of came about and how it came into becoming a business.
But I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Quahog is a name from people maybe South Coast and Cape know. Nobody else knows.
Correct.
So what is a Quahog?
Sure.
What is the definition of a Quahog?
Quahog is a hard shell clam. So if you that's the kind of simplest form.
All right. So the question is, Quahog is a big clam.
Yeah.
Is
A clam, a small Quahog?
yeah, is a clam a small Quahog?
Well, it depends on your
little neck.
shell density.
You have
There's soft shell
there's a
clams,
science.
there's hard shell clams.
yeah, you
there's
have little necks,
things
you
like
have
that.
steamers, you have...
The little necks themselves are Quahogs.
Yeah,
You know,
because they're a hard
little necks,
shell.
cherry stones, sea clams are all Quahogs.
So you went with Quahog instead of Little Neck
Republic.
Captain's Den. Yeah.
Yes. It didn't quite, roll off my tongue.
A little neck republic
Clam Republic?
would have been like a
Oh,
bunch,
we're gonna put roll off
a bunch
Italian
of
clam
geeks
back.
hanging out.
Good timing.
Good.
Yeah. Last call.
Last call. All right, so this is the portion of the show where we wrap things up, we finish up the drinks, and we got to get the hell out of here. So everybody gets 30 seconds to a minute to sort of plug their business, put in their last thought. It doesn't have to do with anything we talked about in the show today. It doesn't have to do with anything in your business. But it's your open forum to just plug whatever you feel like saying that's on your mind. So I'm going to change it up. I usually go first. I'm going to let Carl go first today.
All right, thank you very much, Carl Liney from the New World Tavern. I hope you guys come down, enjoy a lot of beer, a lot of food, have a lot of fun. I just want to, again, say that the bet that we have with Jordan will be held at the New World Tavern. And we're going to go
No
with
matter what.
And
even
we're
if
going
you
with
lose.
Hawaiian night.
By the time this comes out, this might have already been decided.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my time right now. It's going to be Hawaii. It's going to be great. So join us for the New World Tavern between the last playoff game and the Super Bowl, which I believe is January
21st.
on a Sunday.
Pro Bowl Sunday.
You're next. Don't
Pro
worry
Bowl
about it.
Sunday.
So come on down. It's going to be a great time. Download us at
At Bar Talkcast on Twitter, at Bar Talkcast on Facebook.
Pa bam.
Napster and all that stuff. And Chumley, it's all you.
Chumley from Main Street Sports Bar and Grill. I'm the chef. Come in, enjoy all our daily specials. Pizza and pitcher at $9.99 every day, all day. You cannot beat that special with a stick.
I'll try.
We have amazing bartenders, wonderful staff. Nothing beats the chef. He's amazing. He's got a wonderful, wonderful personality.
Nice head of hair too.
Oh my God, it's amazing his head of hair. Everybody thinks he's bald. He wears a bandana every day.
You're like the Brett Michaels dude. It's like he's hiding the hair
He's
line.
got a
He slept with
bandana.
Pam Anderson, so that's cool.
That's true.
At least twice. At least twice in the 80s. But
Before they got it.
Or he pissed
again,
himself on stage.
Main Street Sports Bar and Grill. Wonderful food. We also have a menu change coming up. Wonderful new menu items. Please come down and visit. Again, everything's fresh, made from scratch. A bountiful array of love and sunshine.
Ooh. I'm going there right now.
Eric
man.
Bevans, you're up.
All right, man, I'm up. Hey, I'm Eric Bevans from the Quahog Republic. I got 30 seconds to tell you about, you know what, not only the Quahog Republic's Captain's Den, but all the great places around in Plymouth. And everyone's been so welcoming to us.
Bedford,
And
Onset.
New Bedford, Onset. Yeah. I guess we're talking about everywhere, but we're in Plymouth tonight, so we'll focus on that because it's been a great experience, guys, and thank you very much for having us. And this is we're looking forward to being here for many, many, many years, and hopefully we can grow this city as greatly as it wants to go. I don't know if greatly is a word, but I just started it.
Bigly.
So, bigly.
Yes.
Smack Daddy.
Thanks, Eric. I'm Jordan
A lot of the
Shattuck.
women say bigly to me.
What?
Just about your head and your beard.
Hey, wait, it's my turn now. It's my turn now. I'm Jordan Shabbat of the Speedwell Tavern.
Stop touching me.
Home of 24 draft craft beers. We are the wing bar of Plymouth. I like to think so anyway. There's a few bars with good wings, but I like to think mine are the best. Whatever. Come down on Monday nights, half-price wings. Every Monday night from 3 o'clock till 10 o'clock. And catch Carl bartending at the Speedwell Tavern on January 21st. Around 3 o'clock. We'll be raising money for charity for the Pro Bowl. It'll be a really good time. I'll be crushing beers on the opposite side of the bar, celebrating my victory, laughing, gawking. Don't worry, I'll make sure he cleans up a little bit before he gets behind my bar.
At least shave.
This has been the Bar Talk Podcast presented by Inebriat. Thank you, Andy and Fish, for having us. We'll see you next time.
All right. Thanks for listening to our podcast. Don't forget to check out our other podcasts. There's the Bar Talk Podcast. There's Old Colony Cast. And, of course, the Inebriat Podcast along with Jam Packed. You can find all those on Stitcher, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, pretty much anywhere podcasts are found. If you're on some sort of service and you can't find it, let us know, and we'll help you out and or add our podcast to that, too. You can contact us at inebriart@yahoo.com and follow us on Facebook as well as Twitter @inebriart. And feel free to send us some tips, ideas, advice, hate mail, whatever it is. You can get us there. And again, thanks for listening.